My busiest, heaviest year of touring was actually my first year of marriage, and my wife was here in town.
Not only is Josh Turner a household name in classic country music, but he also represents resilience and conviction in the face of constant change. What gave this young man from a small town in South Carolina the ability to become a country music superstar while staying humble and loyal to his traditional values? His deep, resonant voice has captivated audiences around the world, from his breakthrough hit Long Black Train to classics like Your Man and Why Don't We Just Dance. From overcoming the obstacles of being faithful to his original musical style in the face of the whirlwind of modernity, to overcoming a devastating accident that nearly ended his ambition of singing, there is a long and winding road behind the captivating tunes and the limelight. Josh Turner has demonstrated that with unwavering belief and determination, everything is achievable. In addition to being a musician, his life narrative is that of a family man, a devout Christian, and a husband and father. What, then, has elevated this seemingly average guy to the status of a legendary figure in classic country music? Josh Turner is a star who has kept his light shining even when things became tough. So let's take a look at his life, work, and principles to see how he came to be. Hannah, South Carolina, is the place where Josh Turner came into this world on November 20th, 1977. He came from a humble background in a sleepy little village where no one dared to dream of being a musician since it appeared like a pipe dream. But Turner's love for music, and especially gospel, a style with strong roots in the Southern Christian communities, began at an early age. Coming from a deeply religious family, his first exposure to the beautiful melodies of this holy music was in the church. His early musical training was firmly grounded in Sunday services when he sang with his mother and other churchgoers. Family values and persistence were instilled in Turner as he grew up in a loving religious home. These teachings would later influence his life and work. Turner did not always have an easy road to music, even though she was raised in an encouraging and motivating atmosphere. Not only did he have the natural ability to become a famous singer, but he also had the guts to face and conquer all of the challenges that stood in his way. Many people doubted Josh and his abilities when he first started playing at festivals and smaller events across South Carolina, but that just made him more determined to succeed. His humble beginnings laid the solid groundwork for his rise to stardom in country music. Turner, who had lofty aspirations and an intense need to escape his humble origins, made the decision to venture outside his familiar surroundings. Nashville, often called the music capital of the world, is where he attended college when he was a young man. This choice was a watershed event that catapulted Turner from a potential voice to an artist fighting for a spot in the cutthroat music industry. Entering Nashville put Turner at the center of the country music industry, while also giving him the chance to learn from seasoned musicians. But in 1996, as his career was starting to take form, Turner encountered a huge obstacle. It was during a school performance that he realized he had severely damaged his voice cords. He had to face the reality that he might never be able to sing again after receiving this illness. Turner decided to start over instead of giving up. In order to preserve his voice, he spent many hours in the practice rooms learning classic gospel and country songs and studying correct singing techniques. His unique and strong style, which would eventually characterize his music, was shaped during this period of recuperation and refining. For Turner, the health crisis was an opportunity for spiritual fortitude as much as it was for technical knowledge. His confidence in God was reinforced throughout this terrible time, and he went on to write numerous songs with a spiritual message, as he said later in life. The Grand Ole Opry performance Turner had in 2001 was a watershed moment for her career as a country music singer. There he made his debut with the song Long Black Train, which he had composed himself. The song's eerie melody and message of trust struck a chord with listeners right away. After being unnoticed as a voice in the country music world, Turner was able to break through with the help of this performance's tremendous popularity. Turner never lost his groundedness even after his early success. There was a lot of strain on him as the music industry started to embrace more contemporary genres. Even though he had to work twice as hard to demonstrate that classic country music could still compete and resonate with newer listeners, Turner remained faithful to his origins and persistently stuck to it. Despite facing health challenges and shifting musical trends, Turner remained resolute. He became a genuine artist who remained true to his roots and beliefs during those formative years of his career, which did more than just polish his skill. It also reinforced his character and fundamental principles. Josh Turner overcame his early professional setbacks and went on to achieve incredible success, cementing his position as a legend in traditional country music. Not only did he have an exceptionally strong voice, but he was also deeply committed to his musical style and the meaningful issues he sang about. Long Black Train, Turner's debut album, was released in 2003 and was the first significant milestone in his career. The title tune, which was influenced by a sermon, became a representation of perseverance for individuals facing the challenges of life. A profoundly spiritual message was conveyed through Turner's distinctive, deep, resonant voice in Long Black Train, making it more than just a song. A large portion of country music's listener base, especially among Christians, was moved by the song's powerful message and evocative melody. The album's success, with over 1 million copies sold, not only brought Turner considerable notoriety, but it also solidified his position as a champion of classic country music during a time when contemporary trends were dominating the genre. Turner wasn't content to sit on his debut's success. His second album, 2006's Your Man, was a career-altering breakthrough for him. This album achieved platinum certification with over 2 million copies sold, marking not just a step forward, but a leap. Songs by Turner, such as Your Man and Would You Go With Me, which reached the top of the charts, drew listeners of all generations. Your Man provided listeners with a delightful combination of the familiar and the new by expertly blending classic country sounds with modern emotions. Lyrically beautiful and performed with such sincerity by Turner, Would You Go With Me enchanted audiences with its straightforward yet beautiful love narrative. This record solidified Turner's place among country music's elite and proved once again how popular real classic country music can be. With the release of Everything Is Fine, his third studio album in 2007, Turner further solidified his position. It may not have been as financially successful as Your Man, but it was a great display for Turner's narrative talents. Songs like Firecracker reflected Turner's signature brand of upbeat optimism while preserving the profound musicality that made her music unique. This album demonstrated that Turner could entertain and delight his listeners in addition to writing introspective ballads. Turner received the highest distinction in country music the same year, induction into the Grand Ole Opry as an official member. This award was a tribute to his skill and a validation of his work in keeping the genre's traditions alive. Why Don't We Just Dance was the lead single from Turner's 2010 album Haywire, which went on to top the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart for 4 weeks in a row, establishing Turner as a popular figure in country music. People were moved to tears by the song's heartfelt tribute to love and the small joys in life. Haywire was another proof that Turner could change his sound without straying from his origins. Punching Bag, released in 2012, was yet another major accomplishment. One of its finest singles, Time Is Love, ended up topping the country radio charts that year. Love and sacrifice are universal topics that resonate with listeners and help cement Turner's bond with his audience. The record Punching Bag was more than just that. It was a proclamation of Turner's emotional depth and artistic maturity. Deep South, Turner's 2017 comeback album, marked his return from a lengthy layoff. With singles like Hometown Girl propelling the album to the top of Billboard's Top Country Albums list in its first week of release, Turner proved once and for all that she could remain successful in the face of a constantly changing and more competitive music industry. It seemed as if Deep South were an impassioned ode to his heritage and the ideals he held dear. In his 2018 CD, I Serve a Savior, Turner's devotion to gospel music was palpable. Through the spiritually charged songs on this particular record, he was able to strengthen his Christian faith and forge a special bond with his listeners. Showing that Turner can motivate people beyond just entertaining them, the CD was well received by country and gospel music lovers alike. In 2020, Turner unveiled Country State of Mind, an ambitious tribute album to country music greats that featured legendary musicians like Chris Janson, Randy Travis, and Chris Christopherson performing classic cover songs. The record has a unique sound and a nostalgic quality to it. Country State of Mind was more than simply an album. It was a lasting testament to Turner's affection and respect for the music style that had a profound impact on his career. Josh Turner's career is characterized by his enduring devotion to religion, perseverance, and timeless ideals, in addition to his critically acclaimed albums and numerous accolades. Turner has solidified his position as one of the most adored and esteemed performers in the country music industry with each new album, winning over fans and adding to the genre's long history. Despite his dazzling career and the limelight it brings, Josh Turner is a modest man who values his family and Christian religion more than anything else. His family and principles will always come first, he has said, regardless of how successful he becomes professionally. Despite the many demands of the music industry, Turner has been able to keep his life in balance and stability because to the beliefs that have served as a firm basis for him. Turner wed Jennifer Ford in 2003. She had been his rock from the beginning of his singing career. Turner has been indebted to Jennifer ever since they crossed paths as Nashville students at Belmont University. Jennifer has been more to Turner than simply his wife. She has also been his confidant, friend, and, on occasion, musical partner. She made an appearance in a few of his music videos, including the legendary Your Man, in which the couple displayed their love and undying friendship in front of and behind the scenes. Samuel Turner, Hampton, Colby, and Moran are the couple's sons. Turner frequently talks about how being a dad is both a significant and difficult role in his life. He is a doting dad who, despite his busy touring schedule, tries to spend time with his loved ones. He frequently brings his kids on tour with him because he thinks it's important for them to be around him. This helps the family stay close. Turner views his children as the foundation of his family and is devoted to teaching them virtues such as humility, trust in God, and hard work. In Turner's private life, his Christian religion is very important. Not only is he a devout Christian, but he also uses music to encourage others and create good vibes. Long Black Train and his gospel CD, I Serve a Savior, are only two examples of Turner's many songs with a spiritual bent. Turner sees music as more than simply a kind of pleasure. It's a way to communicate with others and spread important ideas. He claims that he has an immense sense of duty to his audience to convey meaningful messages every time he takes the stage. Turner keeps his life simple, even though he is famous. Living a tranquil existence with his wife and children on a Tennessee farm is what he values most in life. Turner finds fulfillment in tending to his farm and animals, as well as in the simple pleasures of spending time with his loved ones. He has said that being in nature helps him stay grounded and gives him ideas for new songs all the time. Turner is actively involved in charitable work and community events as well. He often plays at benefit concerts in support of music education initiatives for kids. He passionately accepts the responsibility of using his popularity to have a positive impact on the community. Faith, family, and music all coexist in Josh Turner's private life in a balanced way. In addition to his artistic prowess, he is an example of humanism and devotion to his family. He has won the admiration and devotion of his listeners for his genuine, modest, and purposeful lifestyle. Having said that, things have not always been easy. Significant obstacles, such as devastating disappointments and the obligation to preserve his musical style in an ever-changing profession, have stood in the way of Turner's achievements, and the image of a peaceful family life. Josh Turner has had his fair share of ups and downs in life, despite the illustrious career he has had. Turner has endured a great deal, from personal tragedy to the demands of the music business, in his fight to keep his position and spread the artistic principles that are important to him. One of Turner's most tragic situations occurred in 2019 and affected his team. One crew member was killed and several others were injured when the tour bus transporting his band members was involved in a terrible accident while touring in California. Tragically, the incident affected Turner emotionally, even though he was not aboard the bus at the moment. One of the lowest points in his life, he said, was that occurrence. As he dealt with the loss that followed the accident, Turner found solace in his music and faith. He took comfort in praying, spending time with his loved ones, and expressing himself musically. Turner did not let his grief consume him. Rather, he used it as motivation to pay tribute to his teammates and keep singing songs of resilience and optimism. This incident further solidified his belief in the importance of faith in his professional and personal life, an opinion he often voiced in interviews and throughout his work. Turner has endured immense pressure from the music industry during a time when country music is being more and more infused with modern influences, in addition to personal traumas. Keeping to one's original aesthetic is now quite difficult. Turner, in contrast to many of his contemporaries, has stuck to classic country music, which is defined by its deep voice and emotionally rich tunes, in an effort to attract a younger audience. Even if it's more challenging, he says it's in line with his identity and the principles his music represents. Professionals in the music business and producers frequently push musicians to experiment and follow trends, adding to the pressure to comply from both listeners and the industry at large. Turner, though, has been unyielding. Rather of following fads, he has decided to be authentic and connect with his fans through genuine music. He may have lost out on some lucrative chances, but his steadfast ideals have won him a legion of admirers and supporters. Despite all of these obstacles, Turner has found solace and motivation in music. Songs by him are more than just music, they are anthems to faith, love, and life. As an example, Turner effectively utilizes music in Long Black Train to address hardship and convey messages of optimism. Songs like Punching Bag and I Serve a Savior show his strength in the face of adversity and give hope to listeners who find solace in his music. Josh Turner's dedication to traditional values and the transformational power of music has remained unwavering in the face of loss, adversity, and the changing dynamics of the music industry. Instead of letting these setbacks discourage him, they have shown how tenacious he is as an artist who never gives up on his dreams. This unwavering commitment has done double duty. It has kept Turner afloat in the cutthroat country music industry and cemented his place as a legend in his own right. Even after more than 20 years in the country music industry, Josh Turner has maintained a steady work-life balance while staying true to the traditional principles he has always held dear. By accomplishing a number of noteworthy feats in 2024, Turner proved once again how popular he is. His latest track, Heat Things Up, was released in April, signaling a new turning point in his musical career. His August record release, This Country Music Thing, continued to showcase his unrelenting inventiveness after this breakthrough. The album's harmonies captured both the essence of classic country and its contemporary relevance, striking a chord with listeners of all ages. Turner also began touring the U.S. with his Greatest Hits tour in 2024, giving fans a chance to hear his legendary music performed live in tandem with the album's release. With sold-out concerts and venues packed to capacity, these performances were not only joyous celebrations of his passion for music, but also touching tributes to the people who have stood with him for all these years. Turner's tour proved once and for all how much country music fans love him. With his wife Jennifer and 4 boys, Turner keeps a quiet family life on their Tennessee farm, even though he has a full schedule of musical ventures. The small, priceless events in life still hold a special place in his heart. Turner frequently talks about how these moments with his family provide him the most inspiration, and help him find a balance between the stresses of job and his inner serenity. Josh Turner's commitment to maintaining and advancing classic country music during a time when many musicians combine genres to appeal to contemporary preferences is just as important, if not more so, than his best-selling albums or notable accolades. From his emotionally rich lyrics to his deep, powerful voice, Turner stays true to his own individuality. Albums like I Serve a Savior and songs like Long Black Train convey deep spiritual themes of trust, hope, and love. Not only does Turner motivate the youth of today via his music, but he does it by teaching and collaborating with other artists. He says that new country music musicians should be true to themselves and their heritage. Whether it's via the melodies or the stories he delivers, Turner sees every performance as a chance to connect with his audience. Josh Turner is a role model for tenacity, dedication, and love of one's work. Both the music and the character of an authentic musician who used his platform to promote universal principles live on in his legacy. Josh Turner, a singer who is deeply committed to his craft, his loved ones, and the beauty of life, will forever be recognized as an icon of country music. In addition to being a phenomenal country music musician, Josh Turner represents unwavering devotion, timeless principles, and tenacity. He became one of the biggest names in traditional country music after overcoming insurmountable odds that began in a little hamlet in South Carolina. Turner has achieved remarkable success over the past 20 years because to his rich, full voice, unique musical style, and steadfast devotion to his loved ones and religion. In the face of constant change in the music industry, Turner has never wavered from his beloved style, penning songs that not only entertain but also speak volumes about the meaning of life. From Long Black Train to This Country Music Thing, each of his CDs is an artistic legacy that reflects his human values and creative vision. In a music industry where everything is always changing, Josh Turner exemplifies how to have a healthy work-life balance. He has stayed loyal to himself and his principles, preserving his own individuality. Turner is unique not just in his music but also in his lifestyle, authentic, unpretentious, and firmly rooted in what's truly important. What further shocks does Turner have in store for him as he continues his journey? Are his sincere, authentically country tunes going to keep moving people all around the globe? We are all very much looking forward to that. Tell us what you think about Josh Turner and the principles he stands for via his music. If you enjoyed this and would want to see more tales like this one about remarkable artists like him, please subscribe, like, and comment. Have a great time viewing. I'll see you in the future video. Leave it.